This is one program which is used to develop a menu-driven program, to fill the polygon using Scanline algorithm. First of all, let us understand what do you exactly mean by a Scanline algorithm. So in order to understand that, first we have to create a polygon, right? A polygon can be of anything which you like it, right? It can be a triangle, it can be a triangle, or it can be a square, or it can be some rhombus, it can be some rectangle, it can be some circle, anything. Doesn't matter. But we should have one polygon. So what we need to do in this program is we need to find the edge on all the things. If in case find all the edge, once you find the edge, you start filling with the colors. You start filling with the colors. You start filling with the colors. Okay. So how do we fill the colors? First, detect the edge. Once you detect the edge, switch on, or you can select which color uh, you have utilized. Okay. So start filling from left to right. Start filling from left to right until where you fill it till you encounter another edge. Once you encounter an edge, then you stop coloring it. Similarly, again come to the start from beginning, from the left, start filling the color. Then once you encounter an edge, then stop it. Then next line. So scan each and every line and fill it with the color is what the application says here. Right? Okay, so it's not mandatory to take rectangle or rhombus, any object which you can take. But in our program here, I have taken it as a rhombus, right? A rhombus which is detecting with the edge and filling it up while going. Probably the application may look in this way, right? I have taken a rhombus, and the rhombus uh, and the color will start filling from bottom to top, right? From 0, 0, this is where I start, right? So from here to here, from left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right, it goes. So this is how it goes. I hope you people can see the color over there, the yellow color which is moving from the bottom, and each line it is getting scanned, 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 moving from left to right, left to right, left to right, and it is filling it. Maybe yellow color is not pretty much good. What we'll do is we'll look into or fill with some other color. Alright, so without wasting our time, let us start with understanding how the program works here and what are the code which are looking into it. So here, as I told you, Scanline algorithm will scan each line from left to right. It will scan it, checks whether it is inside or outside, and also always remember it should be a filled polygon. It should be a filled polygon. If you don't find any edge, then it will be it will not fill the color inside properly. So make sure that it is a polygon, filled polygon. That means a complete lined polygon. If you have some break somewhere over there, it will not do its job. Right? So that's why we take it as a polygon here. So to start with, we always know that execution of a program will always start from where? Starts from the main. So from the main program, then I get the coordinates from my graphics here. So that is argument count and argument vector. So I know from where I need to start. Then I have glut init display mode. What do we need a glut init display mode? Is it a 3-dimension? No. So is it a animated application? No. And do we have colors in it? Yes. Does it have anything to be posted with respect to polygons and lines? Yes. So These are the information which you need to know whenever you deal with glut init display mode. So we have the single buffer as it is a single, I mean, without any animation. So single buffer is more than enough. And we are using colors. So yes, glut RGB. And we do not have a 3-dimension image over here. So no depth and no double buffering from there. Apart from that, next we move on to we have to create a window for it, for printing out the values, which we need. So we go for creating of a window, and in order to create, we need a window size. So we have given a window size of 500 by 500 pixels. And where do I start from? You position the particular window at the 0,0th position. That means it will be on the left top. What should be the name for the given window? Filling a polygon using Scanline algorithm will be the name of it. And I also have a init method. We call the init method, and we know init method is used to clear the previous buffer, whatever we have, and fill the background color of it. So let's go with init method. Okay, init method is over here. So init method, clearing the color background with 111. That means if I add all the colors, then I get white color. Then are we drawing anything, any lines or anything like that? Yes, GLU Ortho 2D we are using, and 2D speaks about the last class we discussed that it is 2-dimension projections, right? So what sort of projection here? It's a parallel projections, right? So but still we use GLU Ortho 2D with 0499 will be the box of your view. So yeah, I think that's it with the init method, and we are not using any of the uh, 3-dimension application. So we come back to the main method. So next we are calling a function of display. So what happens here in glut display function? Glut display function will display. I mean, the main logic runs over here. So we'll go to the display method. Okay, here it is. So what happens in the display method here? First thing is we have to draw, right? We have to draw a particular, okay, 500 by 500 pixel window has been created. It is starting from 0,0. And the first thing is, in order to fill any of the colors, what is that I need to do? I need to draw a particular line outside it. Is it not? So we have to identify these 4 points, right? These 4 locations. I call it as x1, x2, y1, y2, x3, x4, y3, y4. So once you create it, once you have that, you have created these, you got these 4 points, you have to join it, right? So as you can see, x1 is 200, y1 is 200. That means if I start from 0,0 location, I'll be starting from 0,0 location, right? So this is 200 with x-axis, this is 200 with y-axis. So the x1, y1 is this point. We have x2 and y2. So what is that? So x2 and y2, what are those values? X2 is 100, y2 is 300. So x2 is 100. That means over here. What is this? Y2 is 300, this point. So x2, y2 is this particular point. x3, y3 is 200 and 400. So 200 and 400. This is my x3. And this will be my x4. Right? x4 will be 300 with x and 300 with y. Any doubts still here? Anybody? Any doubts here? Anybody? No. So moving on. Getting to know about the points doesn't do any job. We need to draw the particular rhombus. We have to draw the rhombus. So what do we need for that? If we need to draw the rhombus, we need a color filled, and we need to draw it as a loop. So what do we do that? How do we do that? We first set the color. So GL color 3F will set the color of 001. Yeah? I didn't get you? Am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
All right then, no issue from my side. Fine. So GL clear refers to we clear the previous color which we had. Previous color which what we were dealing with. We were dealing with the white color. If you draw with the white color, if you one more thing, what the students do is if they miss out this particular statement here with clearing the buffer bit, it will draw whatever we drew, which we took in the previous one. We took which color? White color, and it will draw a white line, and that doesn't make any sense. Drawing a white line on the white background doesn't make any sense, and but still you get the, I'll tell you, you'll be getting that yellow line, yellow strip moving from left to right, but you won't be able to see how exactly this thing has come. But still, in order to go through it, we are drawing a blue color for the outside region, right? So that blue color line we have to draw. So how do I draw it? So we have a color 3F 011. So RGB. So we are taking the blue color here, and we are creating a blue rhombus. So how are we drawing it? We are drawing using a line loop, right? So we are starting from where? We are starting from x1 y1. Okay, from x1 y1, then x2 y2, that is over here. It will move from x3 y3, then it will move to x4 y4. It creates a line loop, right? Once it sees x4 y4, then if it sees a GLN method, that means it is understood that from fourth point you have to join it to the first point what you see. Okay, that's understood. Next, once we create this particular rhombus, then we are moving ahead for scanfill. So scanfill, we are sending these 8 values x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, x4, y4. That means these are the coordinates for all the 4 corners of the point. So those value points we are sending to whom? To a method called as scanfill. Let us move to the method scanfill. So scanfill is over here. So it will be expecting the 8 values here, all are of float, right? So x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, x4, y4 for 4 corners of vertex and 4 corners of x and y coordinates. And once you get it, so this is where the complete logic starts of filling, right? So here I create 2 arrays, left edge and right edge. You might be wondering why exactly I'm taking it as 500, because I'm dealing from here to here. I'm just making sure that I have uh, every time I move from here to here, I may have 500 set of points or pixels from here to here. All right. So it's not 500 lines of value which you have to be specific. You have less than that, but I'm just initializing for 500 array values, right? So I have left edge of 500. Similarly, on the right edge also 500. So from here to here, left edges, as it is going very small way, right? So it's going very small and very fast. So I may have 500 different pixels from here to here. So I need to fill all those in, right? So left side array, I take it as, okay, is this value filled or not in that logic, right? So 500 for the left side and 500 for the right side. Once you get it, you have to like initialize it. So initializing, how am I initializing? I'm initializing all the left edge value with value itself as 500 and all the right edge value with 0. That means fill all the left edge value as 500 initially and fill all the right edge value as 0. Get to make sure that which value is what. Next is, okay, we got to understand that we have to fill with the colors. So how many pixels we have with the left and how many pixels we have with the right, we try to understand. The next case is, uh, from where do I start? From where do I start? First start from
Excuse me, sir.
x1 to, yeah, go ahead.
Sir, once again, this left edge, right edge command, sir.
Okay, so left edge is nothing but, as if you can see this particular diagram over here, not with the animation over here. Over here, it will be starting from left and it will be ending towards the right. If you make it in a slow motion, what happens is each and every line it starts filling from left to right, from left to right, from left to right. So for that left to right, here each and every pixel it has to identify whether I need to start filling or not. In order to identify, I'm creating one array to make sure that is the value changed or is the value manipulated. So I'll get to know if I'm storing something and if it is manipulated, the value will not be there in the next phase, right? So in order to keep a track of it from the left line towards the right line, I'm filling those array elements with 500 as some value towards the left hand side and 0 towards the right hand side. Okay, it's just an array, and what that array is, that array needs to store these information of each and every pixels. That's it. It doesn't do much thing. It is nowhere involved with respect to the drawing of the image. But what it does is every pixel point, how many pixel point we have, it will be taking care of it.
So that should be 500 only, sir, value.
No, no, it can give 1000 also.
Okay.
See, from here to here, if it is 200, if here to here it is 200, and here to here it is 400. So how will that be? This value will be 500. It is not fixed. It is not fixed. For our easier understanding, we are just taking it as 500. You can take it as 250 or 300 roughly. But if you take less values, it will not fill the rest. It will come here. So to be in the safer side, I'm just using it as 500.
Okay,
If you're
sir.
okay, you can also take it to 1000 also. No
Okay.
issues. Okay, so once we have coming over here, we need to identify the edges, which is the left edge, which is the right edge. We have to deal with it, right? So initially, in order to find out the edge, we are sending two particular values, that is x1, y1 and x2, y2. That means I'm sending this point and this point information, right? Detect where exactly the edge is. Where exactly the edge is, whenever you go to the edge detect, it will be saving those values in edge, left edge of some values. Whenever it detects, it puts in left edge. And whenever it moves from left to right, right edge will also be noted off in the same way. Right, so let's see with one case here. So first line, for the first line, that is x1 and y1, we have edge detect. We'll go to the edge detect method. So we have the edge detect method over here. So we are sending 1, 2, 3, 4, that is x1, x2, x1, y1, x2, y2 values. So 4 values I'm sending over here. And I'm also taking the pointer to that particular memory address of left edge and right edge, because if I send just the left edge without any address, it will be a temporary variable or a temporary value, right? I need these information to be saved for all the particular edge cases. So I'm taking it as a pointer here, right? Because I'm sending it as an address, I'm saving it as an address. That means it is an actual parameter over here within the left edge and the right edge. So x1, x2, y1, y2 will be with respect to the values for our first line, that is x1 to x2. So from x1 to x2, I need to find out all the points. All the points I need to check, and I have to decide from where I have to start. All right, so that is one logic here. Float, I need to generate the slope for it. I need it for calculating it, and I need some x value and temporary variable to deal with this problem. So in order to start, from where to start? From where I need to start? y2 minus y1 if it is less than 0. If my case is y2 minus y1 is less than 0, then I go with other value. All right. So that means from here to here is what I need to send, right? So what is this value? Y2 value is lesser than actually y1. So what is my y1? y1 is 200. Sorry, y2 value is greater here. y1 is 200, y3, I mean y2 is 300. 200 and 300. So y2 minus y1 is 100. Is 100 less than 0? Is 100 less than 0? No. So straight away it comes to here. What is y2 minus y1 is 100. If 100 not equal to 0, then compute the value. Compute the value, find out the slope. Why we need to look into this is, we need to understand whether the value, is it with outward or inward, or it is a straight line of which we are considering. Is my line towards the left? That means is it inclined or is it with the straight, or do we have any difference of y? All right. So yeah, of course, y2 minus y1 is 100. 100 is not less than 0. So this particular case will not be taken care. And this will be taken care for this, for the other way, right? So whenever you're going with from here to here and here to here and here to here, right? So whenever I'm coming from here to here, this will be my y1, and this will be my y2. So this, of course, is 200. Sorry, 300 is lesser. I mean, 300 is lesser than the 400, right? So there, in that condition, I'll be interchanging it. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just interchanging it. That's it, right? Yeah. Coming back with the first case, x1, y1. So y2 minus y1 not equal to 0, of course. So I'll calculate the x slope. X slope is x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1. I get some slope value. That means I get the slope value, because I need to create a right angle triangle over here in order to deal with the slope. This slope is this m. I mean, this m will be the slope, and this is the value which I'm finding it out. All right, if y2 minus y1 is not equal to 0, then you go with this particular case. If not, you go with this particular case. All right, so once you go with it, you need to check out. So what is my main aim here? My main aim is I need to calculate the slope. Once I calculate the slope, all the array elements of this particular points in the slope will be equated with something. Equated with something means, what is that x value of it? What is that x value of it? It will make a note of all the values of x. It makes a note of all the values of x. That means these point coordinate values it will put into left edge. This value it will put in the left edge. If in case, if it is on the other side, if x is greater than right edge, my right values will be put up with all the x values. Okay, that's the only way here. All right. So here x will be calculated if y2 minus y1 is not equal to 0. If the condition is very simple. If my y values are both at the same place, where to calculate the slope? Right? If my value is the case of equal to 0, if y1 and y2 both are the same, then both the points are at the same place. Right? That doesn't make sense. So if it is this, then you can go with x2 minus x1 for the slope. And yeah, most of the time this will be the case which it will take, because nobody draws a line with x and y at the same place. Nobody does that, right? Or my line will be a same case, right? If my line is on the x-axis, what will be 0? The slope itself will be the difference between x1 and x2. Y will be obviously 0, right? So that's one case which we have to be very careful whenever we're dealing with this program. All right, so for I equal to y1, I equal to y2, from y1 to y2. So what does it say? From whatever y we have from here to here, from here to here is what you need to calculate the values. So you're filling the values now. So if x is lesser than left edge of I, if x is less than left edge of I, what is x? X is slope. Sorry, x is x1 initially. X1 value as 200. Is 200 is less than what was the left edge of I? Left edge of I was 500. Left edge of I was 500. So that 500, x is less than 500, of course, yes. Then, if that is the case, left edge of I will be equal to x. It is starting from this point 200. It is starting from the point 200. So initially, it comes back. Is in my case, is x greater than right edge? That means is my x, that is 200, greater than what is right edge of I? It was 0, right? Is 200 greater than 0? Yes. So right edge will also be equal to the same 200. That means that is the place where it needs to start. Then you add x equal to x plus x slope. What is my slope? Because this value is done. I need to climb up, climb up, climb up, climb up till where? From y1 to y2. Climb up from y1 to y2. So each value of these values, whatever you have, those value will be put to the left edge and right edge. All right. So I hope this I have made it clear. I'll just make another image here for your easier understanding. So what we are doing is we have this point. This is what x1 and y1. So similarly, what about this? This is my x2 and y2. So my first case is I'll take this x. Okay. All together, all my left array will be initialized with 500. All my right values will be initialized with 0. Okay, is 200 less than 500? Yes. Put this value, this array value of initially with 0 as 200. All right, so next, for the first location and also for the right one, it will also put the 200. Right, you get some slope of x2 minus y2, sorry, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, you get a slope. Then add that slope to it. To which value? To this 200 value. Then you get the next point. This point you check out. Oh, is this value lesser than 500? Yes. So whatever the value which you get, that slope value plus with 200, it will be put up to the first location. Similarly, that value of if in case if my value is greater than, for our case it is not at all taking, so it will start filling, not filling, it will start recording these information into my left array. Similarly, the same thing will happen for the right edge also. Okay, so this code is what is doing, it is filling the values. All right, so once it is done, it will know all the values of x1, x2, x1, x2, x2, x3, x3, x4, x4, x1 again. All the 4 points it will calculate, right? All the 4 points it will calculate. Once it calculates, then it is very simple. I need to draw a pixel at each and every point. Which are those points? Those points are nothing but your left edge and right edge value. From left edge till the right edge, whatever you have with the I value and with respect to the Y value, we'll need to print it. Very simple. So how does this happen? We will go to the draw pixel, then slowly we'll go to the draw pixel. Here it has to fill with the yellow color. There is no more a yellow color. Let's make it as a red color so that it will be filled very beautifully with that color. So GL begin with GL points and GL vertex 2i. That is, it is taking x and y, whatever you give over here. All right. So GL end method, it will end with it, and also it is in a main loop. What it does here is it prints it again, 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 and again. Right? We'll run this program. So as you can see, it will first create a rhombus with blue, and it starts filling the red color in it, right? One after the other. Right? So it starts filling. It moves from left to right. It goes from left to right, starting filling from left to right. That's the only time which it is taking more time, right? If you enlarge here, this is how exactly the filling is happening. All right. So this is scan fill algorithm. What it does is it scans the left hand side of the edge. If it is an edge, it will mark it, and also scans the right, it will also mark it, and straight away it will create it. All right. So yeah, first what you need to do is you need to detect the edge. Once you detect the edge, initialize with the values. Once you initialize with the values, so later you will be uh, dealing with it and you will be filling with those values. All right. So you can also take this example to work out with your example lab programs too, and also for the projects too. You can use it. Another one. So if I'm no more using a rhombus, if I'm using a pentagon, or if I'm using a very simple application of triangle, right? So let's see, this is my x and y value. So this will be my 0 and 0. I'll be starting from here. Let's assume that this is 50, right? So this is 50 with x, and this is 100 with x. So similarly, this is also 50 from x, sorry, y, and this is 100 from y. So if I want to draw a triangle, I'll take 50, that is 50 comma 50 for our first edge. Then I'll make this point as 75 with x, 75 with x and 100 with y, and again 100 with x and 50 with y. So you get the values of these, that calculate the x and y, and you can also deal with it, right? So for that, what I'll do is I'll just take out the fourth one, and I don't need this fourth value also. So even x4 is not needed. So okay, for filling the values, this 4 value is not needed again. Okay, what are my x1, x2, x3 values? So it was 50 and 50 and 50. Then x2 was 75. X2 was 75. Then what was our Y2? Y2 was 100. And what was the X3? X3 was 100. And Y3 was again 50. These are the three lines which we are doing. So we are creating over here, and I think everything is the same. We'll try to run. So we should see a triangle. Okay, here. Scan fill with the rhombus. Okay. Okay, where is the scan fill method? Scan fill method, scan fill method. Here it is. These values are not required, and scan fill over here is y2, x3, comma y3, right? So we'll save it, we'll run it. Let us see. Okay, we had something, and it started filling, right? So it started filling. So this is how exactly, it's not only with the triangle or it's not only with the rhombus. I think I have taken it as a pretty small image, but still, I hope you people got to know the gist. This is how it fills. And I think that's it from my side for today's session, and enjoy your sessions.